hi.
What's up, guys?
Hey, everybody. Hey, do we have people here?
Not yet, no.
Oh.
I literally just hit it and then we went live. Okay.
All
so, where are we?
What?
Where are we?
We are at Highway 59, or Bioscision
Yeah.
Pharma.
We're in Science Place.
Yeah. In a super science place with a science doctor.
Yeah. So that is Brent Guppy, Dr. Brent Guppy.
Yeah.
Hello.
And you look like a real doctor and everything.
That's
I mean,
right.
you are a real doctor. You are a real doctor.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Don't just look
just
like
like
one.
the scrubs.
It's not a Halloween
It's
costume.
not a Halloween costume.
It is real.
He's actually a doctor.
I did have a degree. Yeah.
Yeah, so Dr. Brent Guppy is going to be taking us on a tour
Yeah.
of this science-y facility.
And then I feel like after we'll ask him some questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Okay, Joe.
Let's
Joe,
do it.
can I turn this around?
Yes.
Yes. That's amazing.
So to start, what kind of doctor are you?
I'm a biochemist. So I got my training in biochemistry and medical genetics at the U of M.
Okay.
And then after I got my degree, I went to Europe and I worked at a kind of classical pharmaceutical manufacturing kind of R&D company. And then basically was making drugs for chemotherapy.
Okay.
And then as soon as legalization came, I thought, okay, this is now my way to get into the industry. I've always been like really passionate about cannabis and medical cannabis especially.
Yeah.
So I came back here and got on board with Bioscision, and we started making different kinds of drugs that actually can be used to treat chemotherapy, nausea, and
Yeah.
vomiting and things like that. So
That's amazing.
still making drugs, but now cannabis related drugs.
Yeah.
That's so
Our
great.
favorite kind of drug.
Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, this is Bioscision. It used to be an old pharmaceutical manufacturing facility. It was Cangene before, and now we manufacture pharmaceuticals in here as well. They just happen to be, like I said, cannabis-based pharmaceuticals. So it's kind of a clean room in there. So feel free to put on some movies.
Can we just put this down here for a sec? Joe.
I think I only have one. Do you have three there?
No.
Need one.
These are really tricky. This is also the sobriety test.
We instantly failed.
Totally failed. All right.
Dr. Brent's you failed. You didn't even pass level 1.
All right.
Okay.
Come on in. I actually failed the sobriety.
Amazing.
You had my other one.
Come on. And so this is basically where Bioscision Pharma starts. And
Yeah.
this is where we produce Highway 59, our brand. And yeah, it's a pretty interesting facility. It's kind of split up into two different sections. There's the analytical section and there's the Highway 59 manufacturing section.
Okay.
The analytical section is where we do compliance tests for the industry. So people grow weed, they send it to us, we basically test it to make sure that it's free of any kind of nasties like bacteria or metals or pesticides. And then we give them a certificate of analysis and it says your weed is good and clean and ready for human consumption. So that's what we do in this lab right here. So we can do a quick look through this lab. I'll show you all the machines that you can do to detect potency and pesticides and all that kind of stuff.
This is so crazy.
Hello. So this is the compliance lab. This is Bioscision Labs. This is where we get tests from all over Canada. Anyone can submit a sample. If you go to bioscisionlabs.com, it shows you exactly how to submit a sample. So sometimes people just for their own interest want to submit a sample and find out what their potency is. If you're like an ACMPR grower or something like that.
Yeah.
Just for bragging rights, or in your community, just to check the weed once in a while is good too, because a lot of bottled nutrients will have to have heavy metals in them, even though purposely using it. Like
Yeah.
Sometimes we're in there.
Yeah.
This bench is dedicated to testing pesticides. We test 96 pesticides with this one. So there's 96 pesticides that are on the shit list. and we make sure that it's pesticide free for all the cannabis that goes through here.
Okay.
This is
Crazy.
This is a potency analyzer, so you know on your meat you check the label, you got your THC percentage, CBD percentage. This is what determines that. You're basically looking at cannabis and running it through the machine. And this actually works overnight, so we load it to the samples all day, hit play, and then there's a robot that basically picks up the little vials and moves them over, and this runs all night, and you come in the morning and you have all your data, so it's super convenient. This is what everyone has in their basement, a laser diffraction particle size analyzer.
Say that again.
Laser diffraction particle size analyzer.
I love the name.
Yes. It uses lasers and it shines through a sample and it tells you how small the particles are in that sample. Why do we have this? We produce a cannabis nano-emulsion and then we dry it into a powder and then we mix that and we make different powdered beverage mixes. So we're actually just finishing on some CBD chai latte, a caramel hot chocolate, 5 milligrams of THC, and a caffeine mocha, which is 5 milligrams of THC too. So you mix it all in together. So why do we have this? Because we want to produce extremely small particles, because the smaller the particle, the better absorption. So it's more quicker when you consume the beverage. It doesn't take like an hour or 2 hours for it to basically kick in. It kicks in after kind of 25, 30 minute time point. So
Yeah.
it's really more conducive to consuming cannabis orally or by a drink. And they taste amazing too. So.
Awesome.
Crazy. What's up? Oh, let me just see here. Hey, Ethan. What's up? Kendra, Budshot, Ethan Shorts. Ethan Shorts goes, cough if you're in danger.
We've already been through that. I think we're safe.
That's so great. Steve the French says, only if I can have all of that equipment at my house, right?
It'd be pretty cool.
That's
my
crazy.
goodness.
So this isn't your average scale you pick up at the head shop. This is a 4-point scale, so it can measure to 1/10 of 1 milligram.
Crazy.
And their
Cheech.
Cheech and Chong.
Chong.
So one way we keep track of all our equipment, rather than calling it that left scale at the back or the right scale, we give them proper names.
That's
Cheech,
awesome.
Chong. For our incubators, we've got Snoop, Martha, and Willie.
That's amazing.
And then Tally, obviously, is Tally.
Oh my gosh.
It's the little things.
That's crazy.
This is a metal analyzer, so this is where we look at lead, cadmium, arsenic, and mercury. And that's, again, to make sure that there's none of those heavy metals found in your cannabis.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's like
don't want any of that.
Bill Nye the Science Guy weed edition, eh?
Oh my goodness, it's so
This is
fun.
your classic incubator right here. So we do total yeast and mold. So it's kind of your classic petri dishes. And if anything grows on there, we count how many nasties are growing on there, and we determine if it's over or under the limit. So that's yeast and mold in this one. It's at 28 degrees Celsius because that's the best temperature for yeast and mold to grow. Then we got a bacteria incubator. So this is all looking for different types of bacteria that are not supposed to be on cannabis. And that is at 37 degrees because that's where bacteria grows best at.
I remember doing something like that.
Petri dish stuff.
Yeah.
In
You have to
yeah.
go to around your school and like swab things.
It's
Yeah,
the same deal.
yeah.
You just take weed, you put it in a bag, you kind of mush it with a liquid, and then you put that liquid right onto the dish, and then it grows, and you see how much bacteria is in it.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And this is a salmonella incubator. So this is a 42-degree incubator because that's the best temperature that salmonella grows at. And that's something that you don't want on cannabis. And
No,
Yeah.
definitely not.
rarely find it, so that's good.
That's good.
Ethan says, it's cool to see behind the scenes. Thanks, girls. Thanks,
you, Dr.
Dr.
Brent Guppy.
Brent Guppy.
Oh, look at this thing's moving.
Yes, here's exactly what I just said with the cannabis. So you got to put it into that bag. You got to put a little bit of juice in there, and then you grow this for 37 degrees. And then in the morning, they're going to take a little bit of that juice and squirt it onto those petri dishes.
Crazy.
So awesome.
Yeah. So it's you're literally determining how much bacteria is on the bud itself.
Wow.
And you guys named him Jimmy?
This is
so
Jimmy.
cool.
Jay's here too.
Jay, oh,
And a silent Bob. I don't know where
Where's
Silent
Bob?
Bob is. He's around here. somewhere.
Yeah.
Woody.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
This is a terpene analyzer. So this, you can actually see it's kind of burning in there a little flame. What it does is you put a little bit of weed in here. It's kind of like almost like a volcano bag or like a desktop vaporizer. You put a little bit of weed in there. This robot arm picks this vial up, puts it in here. This thing heats up pretty hot, and then all the terpenes that are trapped in the cannabis actually get turned into gas, and they get collected in this gas-type vial. And then a needle comes down, sucks up the air from the top of that vial, and then runs it through the machine, and that air has the terpenes in it. And as it's going through the machine, the terpenes are separating into purified packets, and then those packages are being burnt by this detector, and then depending on how bright that flame goes when it burns, it can tell you how much terpenes are there and what terpenes are there.
Crazy.
So another thing that ACMPR growers like to do, because you want to make sure that you're growing nice terpene weed and of high potency. So a lot of times we'll get potency and terpene tests.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's fun.
So that's pretty much it for the analytical lab. Did you want to do any questions right now, or do you want to move on to how to deny production?
Any questions there?
Let's see.
I'll go into extraction next. I can show you guys using an extractor.
Spana Spalding,
for sure.
Pretty wild.
Spana Spalding just says yes. Everybody's like mind blown right now. Behind the scenes is crazy.
Yeah, totally.
Super science.
All right.
We're like two great girls is trying to learn weed science.
I love that you have like all the things named. That's super
Yeah.
fun.
It's pretty fun for
Yeah.
sure.
So crazy.
Such a fun job. I don't know.
How long has this been around?
So, 9 has been around for a little over 2 years now.
Okay.
And Bioscision has been around for about 3 years now. This building was built, I believe, in the early 2000s, so, and that's for Ken Jamie, pharmaceutical manufacturer.
Who decided all the colors in here?
We're doing this painting. Like, literally this week. The painters come in tomorrow.
I was like, I was just wondering. Somebody actually sat back. They're like, yeah, these go.
This is some of our packaging. I'll show you the hydrocarbon extractor next, but we're going to be making mid-November. We're going to start making shatter, diamonds, and terp sauce and live resin.
Nice.
Cool.
So we're going to come out with a whole whack of concentrates in the next 3 months. Super excited about that.
For sure.
And this is just seeing some of the packaging that some of those concentrates are going to go in. So like your 5 ml glass jars or 9 ml glass jars, and we got nice branded lids to go on as well.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah. It's exciting.
Yeah, we're pumped.
Oh, this thing looks crazy fun.
Yeah, I'll show you the ethanol extractor.
What is this?
And then I'll show you the hydrocarbon extractor.
It looks like the dude from
So-
Star Wars.
This is our huge R2D2.
Yeah.
Now, we're renovating right now, so these aren't set up, but I'll kind of explain how they work. Typically, there's 3 tanks that are right next to each other, so I'll show you. This is tank 1, tank 2 is right there, and tank 3 is across the hall. But you can just imagine that they're all kind of smashed together and pulled together.
That's amazing.
This holds 165 gallons of ethanol, basically 100% vodka. And what it does is there's this jacket around this tank, and there's cooling fluid that's pumped through here. So it freezes the tank, and it reduces the temperature of the ethanol to minus 80 Celsius. The reason you want cold ethanol and cold solvent is it's more selective for cannabinoids and terpenes, and it's non-selective for other contaminants like plant waxes and plant fats and chlorophyll and stuff you just don't want in your extract. So that's the whole idea of freezing these tanks to minus 80 and using super cold ethanol to do the extraction step. The extraction step is this one.
Yeah.
So using science to make better weed.
This is like Big Bertha. Yeah.
I like science to make better meat.
Totally.
Yeah.
So this is now the extraction tank. So this is like a glorified washing machine. You take 30 pounds of weed and you put it into this tea bag, sit it shut, this door comes out, you shove this bag of weed up in there, press the button, the door comes up, and then this is in there with 30 pounds of weed, and a bunch of ethanol, cold, super cold ethanol floods in here, and then it basically shakes it up. And it's like removing the cannabinoids and terpenes from the bud and going into the solution, the ethanol solution. So now, and then at the end, this thing comes out, and it basically goes into a centrifuge to get all the other liquid out, and then this gets tossed because there's nothing left in it, basically.
Yeah.
But then you have to get now the solvent out, and you want to keep the cannabinoids, you want to keep the terpenes. So that's what this unit's for. This is just a holding tank. That's the third tank. So once you're done the washing machine step, you go in here, and now you have ethanol, cannabinoids, and terpenes. You want to get the ethanol out. You use a still. This is a very special still.
Scared the fuck. Yeah.
I was like, whoa.
This is a white film still. So this basically distills out the ethanol, and it keeps the cannabinoids and terpenes inside. The way this works is there's a very thin kind of wiper on the inside that's this column's heated, so the ethanol.